Hello and welcome back to the channel. So today we are going to see how to properly set up a pivot table in Excel. So as you can see here, I have already opened my Excel dataset and I want to create a proper pivot table. So in order to do it, first of all, let's select all our data. In order to do it very quickly, you can just select any cells in your array and then you press Ctrl A. In this way we are selecting all our dataset. Then we can press we can just go into the insert tab, and here under tables we find pivot tables. We click on it. Here we have the table range, and we can decide if we want to put the pivot table in the existing worksheet and just indicate the cell, or in a new worksheet. In this case we are going to use a new worksheet. We press OK and that's it. So now we can decide which field we want to show in our pivot table. So for example, let's say that we want to see the department and we want to see the business unit, and for each one we want also to see the annual salary. So as have you seen, I've selected the field just by clicking on it and pressing the space bar, and if I want to see the values, I just had to select the annual salary field and drag it to the values square, let's say, because here I have 4 options. I can put something as a filter, as a column, as a rows, or as a value. I can close here the pivot tables fields, and then in order to format this pivot table properly, what I would do is, first of all, let's remove these grid lines that in my opinion they are not nice to see. So Alt VW VG. In this way, this is the shortcut to remove the grid lines. In case you want to do it manually, you just go into the View tab and you select grid lines. Okay. So now, in order to format this pivot table properly, we just go into design, and here usually what I usually do is I do not show subtotals. It's up to you, but I think that sometimes they are not useful, so I just remove it. Then I go into report layout, and here I select show in a tabular form. So in this way we have a column for each element that we have inserted in our pivot table. And then another let's say good approach is to go again into report layout and select and repeat all item labels. So in this way we don't have blanks, and we have for each row all the columns are filling in with data. So in this case also, if you wanted to share this data, you have let's say a complete dataset that you can copy paste in a new sheet and you can quickly share. In case you want to change something else of your pivot table, you can also right click on it in a field and let's say modify some of the options that are available, like for example the format. So for example, you can go into pivot table options, and here you can decide how you want to properly format your pivot table.